lovelies, welcome to Sewing Tuesday. So this is the first edition, shall we say, of me getting to grips with all the unfinished sewing projects that I have accumulated, and I would say probably it's going to be at least 2 or 3 years, because I've got down the garden path from Roxys Roxy's Journal of Stitchery that she does with her mum and her sister Sarah, and goodness knows how many projects ago that one is. But you know, I was struggling to sew with everything that's crumbling. My arthritis in my hands is severe. I'm on better medication now, so I thought I'd give my sewing another go, but I do know that I've got to be very careful that I don't overdo it, and there will be some fiddly fumbly things that I can't manage, as you've probably seen already, me faffing about trying to tie bows in my other videos. So today, just a quick, let's jump on, let's look at the projects I want to try and tackle this year, and then we'll start properly next year. We're doing some sewing and chatting together, so it gives you a week to dig out all your own projects that you think you need to finish. I'm very good at starting new projects and not finishing what I've got. That's in paper crafting and sewing. So seeing as I've mentioned down the garden path, I thought we'd start with that one. I decided, I saw this on some packaging I've been cutting up for another video, and I thought, you know, that looks like soil. That'll be good soil in my garden path. So probably a lot of people, if you're coming over here because you're fans of Roxys Journal Stitchery, you've probably finished your garden path. I don't even know what the prompts are anymore, so I'm just gonna, you know, craft on the hoof. I can't remember what it is, so I'm just gonna go with the flow. So this is what I've done so far, which doesn't seem a lot. My garden path's on a long, thin one. I think everybody did theirs differently. So I started off really well with all good intentions. I remember there being a gate or an archway or something. This is my path. And of course it wouldn't be me, would it, if I'm not putting cloth and paper together and all sorts. This is bits from a blind, you know, those vertical blinds. And then we come along, I've got a bit of soil looking stuff there. I think this was, did we have to do a veggie patch? I found this really lovely lace trim. I thought it's all unpeeling. I thought that's perfect for my veggie patch. And then I can't remember much else. I've pinned some other bits on that I thought might go. And so I've got all sorts of bits and bobs so that I can put some more of the dark green over there. And yeah, we need to have a good go at that, don't we? So that is my, let's do it that way, down the garden path. Let me know if you've done it and you've finished yours, or if you're like me, you know, life gets in the way, doesn't it? Hey, I'll put my soil in with it. So that is that project. Now, this one. This is one I started with Anne Brooke from Handmade. And you had a different prompt to put in. Were these supposed to be 12 months of the year? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, obviously not. I can't remember what it was. It's certainly not 52 weeks. So I made a start with this. And then I didn't continue. I think it was, you were part of her Patreon. And in the end, I think, I thought that it was a great course, a great thing to do if you were new. If you were new to fabric and stitch and designing your own work, Whereas, you know, I've done quite a few qualifications at college, just for fun. I was still nursing, but you know, I have done art and design. I have done embroidery, machine embroidery, and what was the other one? I can't remember. But anyway, that's a long while ago. I think it was 2007. So I found it a little basic. So I've started going off piste, and then I didn't get it finished. But it wasn't meant to be a journal cover, but I thought, let me get that pin out of the way. I thought this would make a really nice journal cover. And going back to when I first started my channel, we used to have so much fun with some of our covers, didn't we? When we used to have the pick jar and we'd pick out an element to add. And then I think I did the dice game where it told me how many buttons to add every video. We had some really good fun. So that is sort of a bit like that. We could bring that, one or two of those games back to finish this cover. I think that'll be a really lovely cover. Then Majesty Chorley. Goodness me, I'm way behind. So I got together, decided I was doing it all in red. So I got together in this tin. So Distress mini inks. In fact, I could do with that now. I'm getting more mini inks. I could do with the tin back. I might have to find something else to put them threads in. I was doing all red. And again, but you know, health prevented. So, you see, you forget how much you love stuff. These were, I cut these from a bag that my beloved Auntie Maureen made. So I think when I put these on here, it's only been passed away a couple of years, I think now. So I put those on there in memory of her. I made a start with some seed stitch and I put some French knots around the cloth. So if I want an easy peasy day, because my intention was that I'm going to do all different faded reds around in seed stitch, that would be nice to do. We can chat and I don't have to concentrate too much. If the stitches get a bit complicated, I can't video, talk, chat, so all at once it's too much. So yeah, let me put this in here. I even forgotten what threads. I've got a nice selection of different threads, different weights, different feels. So that is that project. And then the last one, which I think won't need as much work on it, hopefully, because this is going to be backing each piece with that. Again, this was one from Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. I can't even remember what this one was called, where we did all the separate prompts, and I've decided that it would look lovely in a flip up. I have shown you this before. I've just put a big clip on the top because it's not sewn in place. I love doing these sorts of flip up books. You know, you forget what you've done and it's lovely just to revisit some of the stuff and put your favourite fabrics down. That's a bit of Devore that was in a suit that my mum had. There was Love. I did that all in white buttons. This has got vintage laces on it, and then that's going to be black. So I've got this really old cloth here, and I'm going to put each one a nice backing. So, because when you flip them up, you don't see all your rubbish sewing at the back, do you? And I don't think, I probably will start on this next week. I don't think it's going to be too difficult to sew those on. I think I'd do it on the machine. The only thing I think is going to be tough is when I'm going to be going through all this weight. Now, the only thing is here, that in lockdown, that's how I got to know about Ambrook. In lockdown, we did Soul for the Soul, lockdown Soul for the Soul, and that was all different book pages that you turn left to right. And actually, we did a big blanket stitch through the top of everything. Well, it would be the side in this case, and that held all the pages together. So I'm hoping that's going to do that. The same. I love this. Look, this is all my favourite vintage lace hoarded. I love it. It's gorgeous. And my favourites. I always have to put my favourites on, don't I? So that's Bullion Stitch. I love that. That looks so different in different threads. 3 of my favourite mother of pearl buttons there. Stitch to cloth, and I did that D for David. That's got my initials on. It's got a big C for Catherine there. See, it's coming back to me now. Little bit of beading work. Love it. These are... Now then. I can't think what they're called now. I can't think what they're called. And you can do them with or without. Coral stitch. No, coral stitch. Just come to me, coral. I kept thinking it's the word that's the colour of this, and I couldn't think of the colour. Coral stitch. But what I've done is I've done it with beads, and that's gorgeous. I've forgotten about those. Yeah. Really liking that. Oh, and I've got some danglies here. And actually these are, that's a little Hello Kitty off an old bracelet, and this is a silver handbag off an old bracelet that my boys bought me and it broke, so I'm using the charms on things that I'm keeping. So I think hopefully there'll be enough fabric here. This is from an old seed sack. I think that'd be a good place to start, because I think it will then feel good to get one project finished, but you know, without having to do too much to it, and also not got to do too much fiddly embroidery sewing. So there we go. That's our introduction. I'm just letting you know what, I mean, I think there's more than enough to be going on with there. I might not even get all them done again this year, but you know, we're making a start and I'm ploughing my way through. Because, you know, I start these projects and then just put them in a storage box, and what good are they in there? Especially this one. I really love this. This would be lovely to hang up on the wall or something. Have that big bulldog clip in it once it's sewn, and hang it up on a, you know, on a fastening on the wall. That would be lovely. It'd be a bit dusty though, that's the only thing. But at least you can look at your handiwork, can't you, instead of it being shoved in a cupboard. Okay then, my loves, I will see you. What day are we now? We're Tuesday. I'll see you Thursday. Bye for now.